In this video, we bring you truly terrifying horror stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat. If you've experienced any true horror, share your chilling stories with me. Follow me on Instagram, link in description, and first comment, DM me your terrifying incident. I'll upload next video. Don't forget to subscribe, Whispering Walls. Let's dive into our video. It was late when Ben decided to take the shortcut. He had been driving for hours, the endless miles of highway stretching out before him like a long, uninviting road to nowhere. The GPS suggested a back road that would shave some time off his trip, a quiet, deserted route through the woods. What could go wrong? But as he turned off the main highway onto the narrower, older road, something about it felt wrong. The road was poorly lit, with the occasional streetlight flickering in the fog. The trees pressed in close on either side, their branches clawing at the air. He checked his phone. No bars. No one else on the road. Not a soul in sight. Just him and the empty night. Ben tried to shake off the creeping sense of unease. It was just a stretch of road, nothing to worry about. But then he saw the headlights. At first, they were distant. Just a faint glow in his rearview mirror. Then they grew closer, faster, almost too fast. He frowned, glancing back at the empty road behind him. Nothing. The headlights shouldn't be so close. There had been no other cars on the road. He checked again. Nothing. Must be my mind playing tricks, Ben muttered to himself, trying to ignore the growing sense of panic bubbling in his chest. But the headlights didn't disappear. They stayed right behind him. He decided to pull over, thinking he'd let the car pass and get on with it. He slowed the sedan and moved to the shoulder, but instead of passing, the headlights slowed to match his speed. He glanced nervously in the rearview mirror, and then, nothing. The headlights were gone, as if they had never been there at all. Ben's stomach tightened. He rubbed his eyes, his mind trying to make sense of what had just happened. He was alone on the road again. No lights, no sounds, just the distant rustling of trees and the low hum of his engine. "I'm just tired. I need to get home," he muttered, trying to calm his nerves. But the night wasn't done with him yet. 10 minutes later, the unease had grown into something more palpable. The fog had thickened, and the road seemed to stretch endlessly ahead. Ben kept his eyes fixed on the headlights, trying to focus on the road as his grip tightened on the wheel. The trees swayed, their branches dancing in the mist, casting long, twisted shadows across the pavement. And then he saw her, a figure, standing just at the edge of the road. A woman, dressed in white, standing motionless in the mist. Her face was obscured by long, dark hair, but there was something about the way she stood there that made Ben's breath catch in his throat. He slammed on the brakes. His tires screeched as he brought the car to a stop just inches from her. The woman didn't move. She just stood there, staring at the ground. Ben's heart raced in his chest, but he didn't know what to do. Should he roll down the window, ask if she was okay? But before he could decide, she turned her head slowly, her eyes catching the headlights of his car. Ben's breath came in ragged gasps as he sat frozen behind the wheel, staring into the dark woods. The mist had thickened again, swirling in thick clouds around the car. He could barely see past the hood. There was nothing but darkness, the low rustle of leaves, and the cold, biting air. For a moment, all he could hear was his own heartbeat in his ears. Then, a sound. Soft at first, almost imperceptible. A thud. A faint, rhythmic thud. Like footsteps. Ben's hands gripped the steering wheel as he turned his head toward the sound, and then he saw it. The faint outline of a figure, standing just beyond the reach of his headlights, the woman. But now she was moving toward him. Her white dress fluttered in the wind, her long hair hanging in front of her face, obscuring her features. Ben's blood ran cold as she stepped forward, her movements unnaturally slow. She didn't speak. She didn't make a sound, but he could feel her presence, could feel her eyes on him, even if he couldn't see them. Ben's heart raced, his hands shaking. He didn't know what she wanted, didn't know who she was or why she was here, but he knew one thing for certain. He couldn't stay here. He had to leave. With a frantic motion, Ben slammed the car into reverse and floored the gas pedal. The tires spun in the dirt, but he didn't care. The car lurched backward, scraping against the trees, and he jerked the wheel hard to the left, sending the car back onto the road. As he sped away, his eyes flicking nervously to the rearview mirror, he saw nothing. No woman, no figure, just the empty road behind him. He kept driving, faster and faster, not daring to look back, but the mist remained, thick, unyielding. And in the distance, just beyond the reach of his headlights, he swore he saw something moving, something watching. Ben never spoke of what happened that night. He never told anyone about the woman in the white dress, or the feeling of being followed by something he couldn't see, something that wasn't entirely human. He left the town, left the road, and never returned. But every now and then, late at night, when he drives down a lonely road, he catches a glimpse in the rearview mirror. A pair of headlights fading into the mist. And he knows that sometimes some roads lead to places that are better left unexplored. If you've experienced any true horror, share your chilling stories with me. Follow me on Instagram, link in description, and first comment, DM me your terrifying incident. I'll upload next video. Subscribe our channel Whispering Walls for more heart-pumping video. Like, share, and support. Thanks for watching.